Hi there, Scott Hamilton, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review for your ears. Going to be talking about the 2021 film, The Trip. I would have called this whatever its Norwegian title is, but I'm not good at Norwegian. This is a subtitled foreign film that I found on Netflix that was recommended to me. I forgot where I saw the recommendation. It was one of those movies that flew under the radar. And yeah, it was one of those lists. Actually, it was. It was one of those lists of movies that were dark comedies from 2021 that most people didn't see. It came out in October. Don't know how I missed it. Noomi Rapace is in it. She's an Academy Award-winning actress. Axel Hennie. You know him if you saw him. He was in The Martian and a few other movies, Hercules and the Cloverfield Paradox, a few other movies. But this is, I watched it in Norwegian with subtitles. You can watch it English dubbed. Is one of the best movies of 2021 as far as I'm concerned. That's the short review. Now I'll get into it, but I'll try and keep it as spoiler-free as possible. Imagine if Quentin Tarantino directed War of the Roses. You know, the movie where Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas are married, but they hate each other and they try and kill each other through working out their frustrations through the entire movie. It's a dark comedy. And this is on par with that, but like through the violent Tarantino lens kind of thing. It certainly doesn't start bombastically. It starts very small. It's this movie, the basic gist of the movie is a couple who's not getting along goes off to a weekend, and as it turns out, they're going to attempt to kill each other. And then that's where the twists begin. Movie is an hour and 53 minutes, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, although there is a pretty long scene in the movie that would be similar to something like Bring Out the Gimp, since we're talking about Tarantino from Pulp Fiction. It's a very uncomfortable scene that goes on just a little uncomfortably too long for most men in the room, I would say. But I don't want to get too far into that. Other than that, the twist the movie took, the comedy mixed with the... I said in a recent podcast that some of the best, funniest movies are the ones that happen in thrillers where there's other stuff going on, like those Lethal Weapon movies. People actually died in those movies. They're not like the PG-13 comedies we have now. People got shot, people died, but then they would quip and make light of it, and that turned out to be a bad thing after a while, and it kind of got out of movies, and maybe it's making a comeback. This is a very dark and violent movie, but it's very funny, and it's serious, and by the end you care about the characters. I really didn't know what to think when I read what it was about, but it was like at 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. A lot of people really liked it. It when I Googled it, it came up on a bunch of lists that people that reviewed it liked it. There's like 11 reviews and one bad. I know that's not a lot, but this is a small movie that doesn't even have a Wikipedia entry. So the couple goes to this cabin and things unfold, and I can't, wow, I didn't realize it'd be so hard to talk about. But needless to say, if you like how I've described it so far, you will be entertained by this film, especially the last few twists. There are points in the movie where you think it's run out of steam. They've run out of ideas, and this is just going to be a violent thriller. And then it's not. Then they still have more tricks up their sleeves. I thoroughly think this is going to be made into an American movie at some point, but that's also part of the joke towards the end of the film. You have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about, and I can't get into spoilers. But Noomi Rapace and Axel Hennie are two actors you've seen in other things, and I think they do a great job in this. How they got them to be in this movie, I have no idea. Tommy Wirkola directed it. This is a guy who directed movies like the Dead Snow movies. Those are foreign World War II zombie movies. He also directed Hansel and Gretel, which most people either love or hate with Jeremy Renner. I think it's a fun movie, flawed and a little long, but fun. Well, I think he's taken all the experience from all these other movies and injected it into a movie. Honestly, if it were in English, it'd be a huge hit here. It's that kind of movie, a movie that, well, like a Tarantino movie or another dark comedy that makes it through. that cuts through, because it's well acted and really well done, and funny and violent and touching. I really wasn't expecting. I honestly was going to finish up this movie and go to bed. I let the dogs out. I had like 20 minutes left. It was hard to stop, by the way, because the movie kind of picks up steam as it goes. It starts kind of slow, and then it turns into this kind of chaotic cacophony of action and violence and comedy and feelings. And so anyway, I knew it had about 20 minutes left, and one of my dogs really needed to go out. So he asked, and I paused the movie, and we went out. And I came back, and I said, I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed. It's Sunday night. Got a big week ahead, so, Anyway, I finished it and had to come talk to you about it because I'm thrilled. This is a movie that if I can buy a copy, I will own a copy of it. And I do hope that maybe, since Tommy Wirkola has made a Hollywood movie before, and Noomi Rapace and Axel, I would love to see them reprise their roles in an American remake and somehow change the end, because the joke wouldn't be quite the same this way. Anyway, The Trip is on Netflix. Most people have Netflix. Give it a shot if you want to watch something violent. Like I said, you can watch it English dubbed. Hopefully, Noomi and Axel do their voices in English. That would be great if they did. I didn't check. I may have to go back and check that. But I am going to look up and see if there's a Blu-ray or a 4K out there somewhere in the world that's region-free that I can own, because The Trip was quite the trip, a surprising trip that I really, really enjoyed. I will do a second podcast down the road when I've watched it a second time, and we can kind of really talk about the twists and turns that the movie takes. It's smarter than you think. It goes places you don't think it's going to go. You think it's really heading this one way, and it goes another way. Wow. I'm really well done, folks. Nicely done all around. It's well filmed, well acted. The practical effects, all practical effects, very gory. No CG blood or anything. All practical effects done really well. 2 thumbs up. One of my top 5 movies of 2021. I'm Scott Hamilton. I'm ROCKFILE. Check out my links below if you want to see what else I'm doing. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and listening to this. The Trip is a lot of fun if you dig that violent black humor type stuff. Hold up. I just did a quick edit there. I looked it up. It's only available on Blu-ray in Germany and France, and there's not a 4K. Most Blu-rays from those countries are region locked to region B that won't play in our A players over here. But if it was available on 4K, I could import it. So anyway, that's the update. It's not available on Blu-ray yet, but I guarantee you somebody's going to release a home video version, and there will be an American version too. Anyway, thank you. Have a great day.